Hello world, Shelly here, and it's time for your Friday Foundation Fix, where you can get your fix of foundation reviews in between foundation fests. We need a foundation fest someday soon, probably not till Christmas break, but I digress. Today we are going to check out from Pretty Vulgar the Cool AF Lava Water Foundation. Retails for $39, and on Sephora's website it's getting about 3.8 out of 5 stars with 37 reviews. You get 1.18 fluid ounces of product. Let's find out the equivalent per ounce. Echo, what is 39 divided by 1.18?
39 divided by 1.18 is 33.0508.
So about $33 per fluid ounce, still in the prestige pricing category. This comes in 15 different shades. I have the third lightest shade, which is called No Filter, neutral with a subtle peachy undertone for fair light skin. Probably my summer shade, not so much my winter shade, but it's described as a full coverage matte liquid foundation that's cooling, lightweight, long wearing for naturally flawless looking skin. Full coverage matte, normal combo oily skin it is listed for, so not dry skin, but I'm still in my closer to normal than dry. I just dehydrate very easily. Highlighted ingredients, we have lava water, a natural resource from the base of volcanic ruins in the Jeju Islands, helps improve the overall condition of skin and provides environmental defense. Filled with minerals and nutrient salts, it provides antioxidation and supports natural cell production. Next highlighted ingredient scares me. Charcoal powder tends to dry me out, absorbs harmful substances from the skin such as minerals and toxins. Well, you just told me you're putting minerals in, and now you're telling me that minerals are harmful. This is confusing. Leaving a clearer, stronger, and healthier surface, and sodium hyaluronate, like hyaluronic acid, holds up to 1,000 times its weight in water, helps boost skin's moisture content, assuming there's moisture to boost, otherwise it pulls it out of your skin. To be noted. Vegan, cruelty-free, gluten-free, recyclable packaging. There are some oils in here. Moringa butter is also listed as a hydrating ingredient. So now I want to point out something about the cruelty-free status. According to PETA, it is on the PETA list of cruelty-free brands. It is not listed on some of the websites that I know to independently verify cruelty-free status, such as Fira.net or Cruelty Free Kitty. There are some arguments as to whether PETA's cruelty-free status actually eliminates companies that either sell in China or don't guarantee that their products from their suppliers are also not tested on animals. So I can't really confirm the cruelty-free status because there seems to be some questions, and the only organization that has said they're cruelty-free is PETA. So I'm not sure. I would say they're probably cruelty-free. My impression is that they're a smaller independent company, but take that for what it is worth. I wish we had a few more shades to go with, but the packaging, you guys, you know I'm a sucker for packaging. Look at this bottle. So this is raised, so this is like, you know, like raised flowering. It's got this sort of, I don't know if I'd call it like an overspray sort of bottle tinting here with the pink to the clear. Here's the cap. It's got a little birdie on top. We, of course, have a pump, rose gold. It is beautiful, beautiful packaging, and I am a sucker for nice packaging. The only thing I will say, when I first took it out of the box, I was a little disappointed because I thought, oh, is this somebody's return? Because the bottle just looks like it has some marks on it, and like it's, the more I look at it and the more I try to like figure it out, I think it's just poor quality control on the production of the bottle, because, you know, no product has been pumped out of it. And you can't like scrape off any of the marks. They look like they're in the glass. So that's kind of a bummer. You know, it's a beautiful packaging intent, but I got an imperfect version of it, but it's still pretty. Let's check out this shade, No Filter, swatched against a few others in my collection. Yes, we do. On Fridays, we swatch. First up is today's foundation, the Pretty Vulgar Cool AF Lava Water Foundation in shade No Filter. Second, I've got the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place in 1C1 Cool Bone. Third is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid in NW10. Fourth, I've got the Dior Backstage in shade 1 Cool Rosy. And last, I've got the YSL All Hours in shade BR10. The Dior and the YSL are two of my most highly rated matte foundations on me, FYI. I've already cleansed, moisturized, and sunscreened this 45-year-old face. I have sun damage I like to cover up. Foundation likes to settle into my smile lines, my forehead lines. I have texture between my eyebrows, larger pores as I stab myself in the mouth, right around my cheeks. Since this is a matte finish, I decided to prime it using the CoverGirl True Blend Base Business Moisturizing Edition because I can always use a little bit of extra help with moisture just in case. I love the cap on this, little birdies. Oh, it's so pretty. Let's see how this one goes. I will go in with a dampened Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge on one side of my face, the Artiste Oval 7 on the other. We'll see if there is a preference. This is blending out nicely with the sponge. I think the shade is actually closer to matching me than I thought it would be, which is nice. It is, I would say, giving a light medium coverage. We're probably approaching medium, maybe high light coverage at one pass with the sponge. It's canceling redness pretty nicely, but I can still see a little bit on my nose, a little bit on my chin. Let's see how the brush side does. Coverage is a bit more full with the brush. I would say it's a solid medium coverage with the brush. I kind of enjoy the experience of blending with the sponge a little bit better because I feel like as it dries down, it starts to get that like tugging sensation and doesn't want to move with the brush, where I did not feel that with the sponge. But I don't see any visual problems with the brush side, so I would say, you know, if you have a preference, go with whatever your preference is. I think I prefer the sponge. I think what I will do is I'm going to balance out the coverage with what I have left using the brush, and then I'll go over with the sponge to kind of make sure everything is laying a-okay. Camera battery just died, but I don't think I missed anything. So at a glance, let's take a look at how this one is wearing. It is a little bit heavy on top of the skin in some places, and what I'm seeing is, for example, if you look at my chin, it looks a little bit heavy, and the pores around my chin and around my cheeks look like they're either having polka dot pores or they're on the verge of having polka dot pores. Same with my nose. It's kind of doing it on all of my pores on all of my face. My cheeks have a little bit of product that just looks like it's sitting on top of the skin, and that's primarily where I attempted to build it up. So they say it's buildable, but I feel like it looks pretty heavy in the spots where I did try to build it up. My forehead looks pretty dry. I'm seeing all of my micro wrinkles already showing up, and it's kind of settling into some pores on the nose ring side of my face too, which I don't really feel like I normally see my pores on my forehead, but there they are. So, you know, it's a little bit disconcerting up close. On camera, I think it's looking very nice. It looks really smooth on camera, and that's nice. You know, I'm looking at my little monitor here, and I think from a distance it looks nice. The other thing that seems odd, they describe this as having a peachy undertone, and to me I feel like it's leaning yellow. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like it's leaning more yellow than peach. And when I get too yellow, especially in the winter when I'm pretty pale, it makes me look like my liver's failing. In the summer I get a little more warm, but I feel like the undertone is off, and there aren't a ton of shades available. to find a better undertone, so that could be a problem. But let's put the rest of my face on. We will see how things are going. It is 2:05. Let me finish my makeup. I'll be right back. So far, so good with the Pretty Vulgar Cool AF foundation. In terms of blending, I did not have to set it with powder, which was quite nice, especially because I already want to scratch my face off. I feel really dry, tight, itchy. This one's, I'm predicting, not going to go so well. I would usually douse my face in something like the Tatcha Dewy setting spray right now to try and alleviate the itch from the drying factor that I'm feeling. But I won't do that. We will go ahead and soldier on and see how long I can handle this. I think it looks really nice at a distance. Up close, same problems in terms of the sort of polka dot pores and caking that are happening a little bit, but very nice finish at a distance. I do really like how this looks on camera. So that's where we're starting out. Let's see, on the rest of my face, I have my Balm Desert bronzer, my blush. I have not picked this one out in a while. Becca, Flower Child, and highlight, of course, Natasha. Whoa, that's the back. Natasha Denona Super Glow. And my eyes today are the Pat McGrath. This is the Mini Mothership Subversive Palette, and a little bronzer in the crease as well. So that is my eyes. Lip is the Urban Decay Hi-Fi Shine Gloss in, I looked at the name and already forgot it, Candy Flip. So that is where we are starting out. I will come back with a daylight check-in in a bit, and I'll come back as late as I can to give you guys my final thoughts. Hey guys, here is your daylight check-in for this one. Color match. Little dark maybe. Looking pretty dry, people, pretty dry. I do feel like my crow's feet are really popping here, and forehead looks pretty dry. I don't see any wear. I did have to dab my chin a bit as I was eating, and so I don't see that anything wore off. We got fire trucks going by. Oh, they're pulling into this parking lot. What the heck? Going to the Chick-fil-A. Since I have some sun here, I might as well show you. Here's full sunlight. So that is where we're at. It has been, I think it's 4:42 right now, so it's been about almost 4 hours. So I'll be back later tonight. Still feels super itchy, by the way. Looks okay, but undertone's a little weird. All right, see you guys in a bit. 10:39 p.m. That puts us just past the 9-hour mark, heading toward 10. Let's take a look at how the Pretty Vulgar Cool AF Lava Water Foundation held up. At this point in time, it is starting to break down. Up close, you can really tell. Let's first discuss the wear. You know, these reviews are intended for dry skin and maturing skin. And for dry skin, it is a hard pass for me. It's very nearly uncomfortable to wear. It feels so drying. For maturing skin, let's look up close because we've got some issues with settling into lines and breaking apart along wrinkles and fine lines. So in terms of wear, my chin has a lot of breakdown where product is bunching up along movement lines. Around my mouth, same thing. And along my smile lines, particularly the nose ring side of my face, the foundation has just broken apart along that line, which accentuates it and makes me look older than I actually am. The product is not wearing well on my nose. It's not as bad as I had expected, but it is bunching up. Blush, bronzer, and highlight do appear to still be pretty well intact, but the product is clinging to the texture between my eyebrows, and like it was earlier today, my forehead, well, coverage is actually pretty well disappearing, and I have polka dot pores on the one side of my forehead, and this is pretty well settling into my crow's feet, which usually aren't visible unless my skin is really dehydrated. So, all in all, I think for fine lines, it's a pass. Here's the thing, with this foundation at a distance, it looks pretty nice all the time. I have not had a problem with how it looks at a distance except for the later in the day accentuation of my smile lines. So I would be comfortable saying that my guess is if you are more on the combo to oily end of the spectrum, this might be a very nice foundation. For us dry and maturing skinned people, let's just say, if I had to give a grade to the Pretty Vulgar Cool AF foundation, I'm just gonna go D. It's not comfortable, but it looks nice. It settles into lines. If you have lines, if you have less lines or less dry skin, I think it's possible that you might be able to make this work. The packaging is beautiful, but unfortunately, it's a pretty hard pass for me. It just was not made for my demographic, is the feeling that I'm starting to get. And I'm kind of getting that feeling about everything I've tried from this brand so far. But there are many more foundations in the world for us to try, and tomorrow is another day, so there you have it. Another Friday foundation fix in the books. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys would like to see next. I buy foundations every chance I can get my hands on them. I just placed an order today. I placed an order, this is for sale. The RMS foundation cream, I think it is coming. The Shiseido, what is it called? Like skin renewing something or other is coming. What was the third one I ordered? Oh, well, I ordered the full size of the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. I tested this in shade 3 Cool. It was a little too dark for me. I ordered the full size of 2 Cool because I really like this foundation. So that's coming, but I already did a review of that. And is that all the foundations? I think that's all the foundations I ordered. I still have Well People in my bin. I still have VDL in my bin. I have a Lancome of some kind in my bin. What do you guys want to see next? Or what have I not done yet that you would like me to pick up? Let me know in the comments down below. If you have not found my spreadsheet yet, go to geekoutofwater.com, click the Foundation Fest link. I've got a ranked, sortable, searchable spreadsheet of all of my foundation reviews. And as always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. Come back every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time for new videos. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.